I want to ask you all a couple questions about AI, and then open it up to all of you for questions. Bill, there's Kai-Fu Lee has written a book about China being the world's new superpower on AI, and the sheer scale and advantage that China enjoys because of the data that you mentioned before. This is something of great pride to the Chinese. The government, I think, has invested $600 billion, and meanwhile, the U.S. the government has not invested much at all. Couldn't this be, in some respects, a very good thing for China and the economy, as well as present obvious drawbacks?
It's a double-edged sword. Kai-Fu Lee's point was very interesting. He said the Americans may have a number of visionaries in different types of AI, and they may be the ones who come up with some of the most original ideas, but in China they have hundreds of thousands of engineers who are pretty good. And if you take 100,000 pretty good engineers and put them up against one of these AI problems, and you have massive data sets that you can work with, and you have infinite government funding, you can make further progress than the Americans can. You can get ahead of the Americans. And so most of the experts I've talked to say the Chinese are on par with us in AI, if not ahead of us in certain respects, because they've used their population and the massive data sets that allow AI systems to be trained, the deep learning that occurs. So economically, the Chinese want to export these systems. They're starting to do that. So it's a big money maker for China. But the downsides, of course, are the ones about civil liberties and human rights, that these systems can be used to manipulate a huge amount of data and extract lessons from it about who are the good people and who are the bad people.